Okay.
Let's use our imagination.
So welcome to this new series I'm starting. This game was a very important game to me when I was younger. It's one of those games that it affects you on like an emotional level. I think it's got a really deep sort of message to say, and it's something that often gets overlooked. I think when you think of the classics like Chrono Trigger and like Final Fantasy VII, and you think of stuff like that, this is one of those games that, you know, is just as good, but oft gets forgotten, and I think it's a real travesty. I think it deserves the attention that it definitely deserves more attention than it gets. And the thing is, it's got this deep sort of message. It stars this lovable icon of childhood, this bastion of hope that we all strive to be more like. And
Remember, I love
you know,
we found
it may seem like a simple sort of game, but really it takes
a friend.
you really have to dig deep to really get a lot out of this game, and the developers definitely intended this game to for you to play through it multiple times to get, you know, the full experience. This is definitely not a game that you can really get all that there is to get out of it in just one playthrough. So what I'm gonna be doing is in this new series, I'm gonna be playing through this game several times so that we get, you know, we really get all there is to get out of this game. And this isn't just a game for you know. This game is for everybody. Anybody can play this game and get a different experience out of it. You know, people of all ages, kids, adults. It's one of those games that, you know, even even children can play this game and get something out of it. It's made in a way that it's not something that is difficult to understand or get into, and you know, and there's something really great about that. And so yeah, I could have just, you know, uploaded another Broken Age video, and it's like, you know, who cares? Who cares about that? And I was thinking, you know, what if I uploaded, what if I did something that, you know, was actually meaningful, was actually deep, and had something that I could offer to other people that, you know, isn't something that they generally know about or have seen. And so that's what I'm doing here today. So you know, that I'm. So, you know, you have this man here who sort of, well, he's not a man. He's a purple dinosaur, and he sort of represents like friendship and hope and these really deep concepts that we don't really think about today. So it's stuff that we take for granted, I think.
Look, it's a bird. I see a snail.
And, you know, just look at Look at how happy everything is. This game
We found a balloon.
it's not made to make you feel
A flower.
this game is just made to, you know, invoke a feeling of happiness, a feeling of hope, a feeling of
I see some trash.
understanding and friendship and love. It's a positive message, and it's something that's
Look, it's a balloon.
important, I think,
I see
to
a
not
trash can.
take for granted.
I
Oh,
see
oh
a
God.
snail.
See, I nearly left this trash behind, and that would have been awful.
We
Like, this
found
game
a
has a message
balloon.
about, you know, littering even. It goes into deep stuff like that. It's saying, you know, and here, safety. You know, safety is important. Safety is an important thing, and we need to remember to, you know,
Let's ride on the cloud.
not try to you know, live dangerously just for the sake of living dangerously. That's an important message. You know, in other games they sort of try to write this narrative that, you know, it's okay to live dangerously. It's okay to put yourself in danger. But this game says no.
Please press a button when you
This
find
game says
a
no,
bird.
that's not okay.
It's a heart.
Sometimes we just need to, you know, take a step back and
Look, it's a present. We found
realize what's
a
important,
rubber duck.
right? And now,
We found
you
a
know, I'm
balloon.
collecting these little treasures, and, you know, to most
found
people
a
they'd just
heart.
be, you know, maybe it's just trash to somebody, but, you know, to someone else,
A raccoon.
these are important treasures. These are things that mean
We
something.
can go up here.
So yeah, I might just stop everything I'm doing and just play this game just for the rest of my channel's existence, because I think, even, you know, regardless of how many times I play through this, I don't think I will ever see everything this game has to offer, because there's so much. There's so much here.
The log.
And the art style is just gorgeous. It's just gorgeous, right? Clearly there was a lot of effort put into this game, and if you stop for a little while, you'll notice our lovable mascot begins to dance in a joyful manner, and then he starts to
Let's
just
go up.
walk. You know, I'm not even controlling this right now. He just goes because you know,
Wait until it's safe.
sometimes games don't have to be hard, you know. Sometimes they just have to offer an experience, something you can take away from it and dwell on for days after
Let's
playing
see
it.
what's up here.
Something that, you know, something that you don't get out of, like, Dark Souls or,
Oh boy.
you know, Super Meat Boy. You know, that stuff is just trash, to be honest. It's just trash. And
I see a heart.
this game understands that.
Let's play with the frog. Oh boy. A bird. I see a flower. Oh
You'll notice
boy.
the sound design is also
balloon.
brilliant. The way he uses arpeggios to
Oh
really
boy. We can
accentuate
ride
the
on a cloud.
what's going on
Let's go
within the
up,
environment
oh boy.
is
a
just
balloon.
utter brilliance, to be honest. Something that
Oh boy.
you might not notice,
We found
you know,
a teddy bear.
but it's something you feel. You definitely feel it.
Oh boy. A net.
And look, this is a completely optional little side quest I can do, but I can save this little bird. And the message there is that, you know, sometimes it's important not to just help for the sake of helping. Sometimes it's important not to. It doesn't matter if you get anything out of it, right? It doesn't matter. What's important is that you live your life in a way that's helpful to others and that is meaningful, you know? As long as you're affecting others in a positive way, then you're making your life better and others' lives better, and that's all that really matters. And you'll notice Barney's lovable catchphrase, whoop-de-doo, whoop-de-doo. And there we have it. This part really, I think, is very well made. Because it sort of invokes this like childhood sense of wonder, right? The background music is like this lullaby that just brings this nostalgia out of you, this nostalgia factor that brings you back to your childhood and makes you remember what's important, when things were simple, when you didn't have to overthink everything, you know? When everything was just, as long as I'm happy and others are happy, that's all that's important, right? There's a butterfly here. You'll notice there's butterflies all over. But Barney, he always... He never takes anything for granted, right? So, regardless of how many butterflies there are, he'll always notice the butterflies. And it's an important message, I think, to never, like... Regardless of how you may feel about other people and other things, like, oh, that's not important, you know, that doesn't matter, I see that all the time. Of course it matters. Of course it matters. Everything matters. Okay, so don't think like that. Now this level is a, you'll notice is a music-based level, and this is good for the kids. This is good for the kids and it's good for adults, because music is something that everybody can appreciate, really. It's not just something that only kids need to learn about music, and then after a certain age it doesn't matter anymore, unless you like are really passionate about music. No, music's important to everybody. Let's open this door. There's a tuba in there. Look at that. The sense of discovery and exploration in this game is really something I can't describe in words, and it's just something that you really have to experience for yourself in order to get the most out of this. And I almost feel, by just sharing this game, I'm encouraging people to just watch the game be played, not play it for themselves, but quite the contrary. I think it's definitely important to play this game for yourself, because no matter who you are, like, everybody will get a different experience out of this game. And that's just how it was set up. It was set up to be like that. You'll notice the extensive use of colors. Very beautiful, very pleasant to look at. This game only uses, you know, a control pad and some buttons. There's not much to it. I don't have to do much. You know, one button is enough to do everything there is to do in this game. I don't even have to press another button to say if I want to kiss things, that's the A button. If I want to hug a friend, that's the A button. If I want to find a balloon, that's the A button. If I want to use magic, that's the A button. And it's kind of brilliant how the game, you know, it's based a lot of it's based in realism, but there's also these aspects of mysticism and wonder that sort of add to the experience, that sort of give something else to the game that couldn't have been done otherwise. And of course there's Baby Bop, right? And also, everybody deserves to be hugged. You know, we always hug our friends. That's important. It's important to treat our friends kindly, and to love our friends, and to always show our affection. So, you know, it's important never to forget to hug your friends. 'Cause, I mean, what if you... there's a snail. Like, would you ever really notice a snail in real life. Like, you see a snail on the ground, would you really think too much about it?
We found a balloon.
Like, I'm seeing snails all over the place, and it's just, sometimes I just don't really think about them, but
Let's play with the butterfly.
rest assured that Barney will always point them out, and so I can always be remembered that, I can always remember that, you know, it's not just a snail. Okay, that's a life, that's a person, that's something important. And, you know, this is a nice feature here where I can sort of just kiss at will. I can't do anything like, you know, sadistic, or I can't do anything silly. Every action is meaningful in this game. So if I just standing idle
The butterfly.
and, you know, pressing the A button, I can still have an effect on the world. You know, even if it doesn't seem impactful, it's something that, you know, is impactful. You're just wrong about that if that's what you think.
Look, it's a present.
There's a present, see?
Truck.
And these aren't just treasures, they're presents, they're gifts for our friends. And here's a guitarman. Let's watch him dance. See, wasn't that fun?
Oh boy, a friend.
I really can't stress enough how
I love you.
important this game was, not just to me growing up, but to gaming in general, really. This game,
Wait until it's safe.
when it came out, you know, it didn't make such a huge impact, and it didn't have the effect that
We
it
can ride on the cloud.
the immediate effect of other games of its ilk.
Let's play with the butterfly.
It took a while before people really realized the effect that this game had on gaming. I think it did more for games than Mario 64 or Ocarina of Time, or, you know, Legend of Zelda, or Link to the Past. I mean, stuff like that.
Remember,
No,
I love
those games don't matter.
you. Let's
They don't
play
matter.
The bass drum.
Okay, you don't even need to play those games. You can just play this, and this will give you the same experience and more that those games gave.
Boing. Mwah.
It's just a beautiful game, and I can't stop talking about
Wait until it's safe. Let's
how
ride
incredible
on
it
the
is.
cloud. We found a present. Oh boy, a doll.
Look,
Let's play with the butterfly.
yeah, let's play with the butterfly.
Mwah.
I would like to play with the butterfly.
Mwah.
There we go. Look at that.
Mwah.
Aww, how sweet. See, we can play with the butterflies too, and we just brighten their day
Let's
just by
go up.
showing them the affection that they deserve. Everything deserves affection.
Oh boy, a present. Oh boy.
And there you go. And you'll notice these colorful tiles, they make a little tone every time I walk on them. If I walk backwards, they make tones of descending pitch. Or, yeah, pitch. And if I walk in the other direction, it's ascending pitch. And it really... That's just good design. That's really just good design. It really tells me which way is the proper way to go, and it shows me that through gameplay and not through like cutscenes and little action boxes that pop up, and
I see a balloon.
you know, they don't have to tell me in words, they just show me in the gameplay, and that's just
A butterfly.
something that should be in every game. And
Until it's safe.
it's sad how it just isn't.
Stop. Wait until it's safe. Let's play the bass drum.
So as brilliant as this game is, you know,
We found
I still, you know, I can't make
Let's go up.
You know, I can't play the game in all in one go. I have to split it up. And I'm sorry, and that's just because I think it'll be easier to digest
Look,
if we just go through it slowly, right? I don't think if we go through it all in one go, we won't get enough out of it. It's really one of those slow simmers you really gotta dwell on for a few days. So,
Oh boy, a balloon.
yeah, so I have to, sadly, I have to end this episode very soon, and we'll end it on this beautiful little celebration that really just sums up what we're gonna get out of this game, I think. And so, yeah, so I hope you guys will join me on the next exciting episode of Barney's Hide and Seek.
Stop.
This will change your life, I promise. So I'll see you guys on the next episode tomorrow. Okay? Thanks. All right. Goodbye.